All right, I'm going to do my best I can to walk you through the Unit 8 review sheet today remotely. Number one, there's a few different ways you could do it. I want to set a proportion here. 1 inch is to 40 feet, as the width in inches, I don't know, is to 160 feet in width. And now I would cross multiply. I get 40W equals 160. And then you would divide both sides by 40 and get W equals 4. A lot of you may realize this is just a scale, and the scale is that it's getting 40 times larger. And so you would divide by 40 and you would get 4. And that's a perfectly acceptable and great way to think this problem through. I want to do a proportion over here as well for the length. And so it's the length, but the real length is 360. Cross multiply 40 times L, 40L. 1 times 360, 360. Divide by 40, and you get 9. Number two, let me show you the trick I do, because some people make a mistake with this one because it almost seems too easy. It says quadrilateral EFGH is similar to quadrilateral ABCD. So all I go over here is I go, okay, that means A and E are the same, B and F, C and G, D and H are all the same. And so then I want greatest to least. And so the biggest one is H, and then G, and then E, and then F. Okay. Number 3 and 4 are a little bit similar. There's more than one way to do all these if you're going to make your own example. So you can make your own example. I want to draw 2 triangles that basically look the same, but they're different sizes. And then I'm just going to say, let's say this is 30, and this is 80. And this is 30, and this is 80. All right. Or if I didn't want to write numbers, I could have just done 1 is to 1, and 2 is to 2, and just put the marks. But as long as you have 2 angles, I saw a lot of people doing this with vertical angles in class. That's fine. That's phenomenal work. Same thing here for this one. I'm going to draw 2 triangles that kind of look the same, but just different sizes. And to me, the easiest way to do it without being congruent is just to double it. So if I call this 2, I call this 4. All right. If I call this 4, I call this 8. If I call this 5, I call this 10. And so I know they doubled or halved every time. So that's side, side, side. All right. This one is saying, okay, dilation is going to change the size, but not the shape. And so dilations preserve angles. Angles, remember, when they stay similar, angles stay the same. And so therefore we could prove similarity by angle. Jeremy is standing, and his shadow is 8 feet, you can see here. And so 6 foot Jeremy, X foot flag. Now this is tricky. The big triangle has really got X here and 24 here. Right? Because 16 and 8. And so I go 6 foot is to X as 8 foot is to 24. Some people might do 6 is to 8 as X is to 24. You would get the same thing. I get 8X here equals 6 times 24 is 144. Excuse me. 144 divided by 8 is, and of course I don't have a calculator beside me. I believe it's 13. Let me go here. No. What the heck is it? 8 times 144 divided by 8 is 1, 8, 64, 18. That makes more sense. All right. This one, it matters what triangles they're talking about here. So ABC is this triangle up here. To GHI GHI is this triangle down here at the bottom. And so with those two, I only know one angle here, and it's not an angle I know here. So it's not angle, angle. And because it's not, the angles don't match, I can't use side, angle, side. So it's side, 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 or bust. And you notice the sides all double. 3 doubles to make 6, 2 doubles to make 4, 3.5. And so that one ends up being side, 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 similarity. All right. This one is down here at DEF, which is the one we haven't used yet, to GHI. All right, and so let's look to compare those two. Well, I do have one angle here, but I don't have two angles, so I only have one. And then I would have to do the math and enter maybe, but this would be 3 over 4, and this is 3 over 4. And so that would be side, angle, side, similarity. Well, hopefully by this time in the year when you get this problem, this first one is easy. It is the given. And I'm going to go here and mark it in the picture. They have, but I'm going to mark it a little better. HGI is this angle right here. I'm just going to mark that a little bit brighter there. And HFJ is this angle down here. All right. And then this is really tricky here. GHI. GHI is really talking about the top. G to HI. Remember, the middle letter that matters. And then they said FHI. FHI is just the same thing. It's the same thing, still top. So it's just saying the top. Or this is just the fancy way of saying angle H is congruent to angle H. Why they used 3 letters was just simply to confuse you, to throw you off the scent of it being the reflexive property. And that's 2 angles. 2 angles is always the easiest, since angle, angle, similarity. Right. Remember, I have 3 things I can try. I have angle, angle, side, 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 and side, angle, side. And they don't give me any angles, so I can't use angle, angle, and I can't use side, angle, side. So it's all on, side, 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 or bust. And so I want to go 3 is to 5, as 3.6 is to 6, as 4 is to 7. And I would take a method and enter these, and method and enter, this is 0.6 or, 3 over 5. And this is going to be 0.6 or 3 over 5. So those two are the same. But you method and enter this one, and it's different. All right? And so not similar. And it says explain your reasoning, but remember, the work is the reasoning in math class. All right? So this one, before I get started here, because there's going to be more than one right answer, I think. Just looking the quick look at it, I think there's going to be more than one right answer. I want to do 45 plus 52. All right, that's going to be my 97. And then 180 minus 97 is 83. All right. And so now I have something I can work with here. 6 is to 8. All right. So if I did that, it would be 3/4. All right. And so I could go down here and go 6. 6. I lost the track. All right. 6 is to 8, as 4 is to x. I'm calling this then x down here. And I would quickly multiply, get 6x equals 24. All right. No, I don't. I get 6x equals 32. And divide by 6. And you get x equals 32 divided by 6 is 5.333333, which if you math and enter it, it's going to be 16 over 3. And so just now I know these. So let's talk about which one of these or which ones of these actually work now. All right. I know this is the same, 52 and 52. Right. So if I can have two angles the same, that'd be phenomenal. And so if Q could be 45, that would be great. But down here it doesn't say anywhere Q is 45. R being 45, not so good. R would have to match, grabbing the right color here. R would have to match this one right here. So R being 83 would be very good. And then we want PR to be 16 over 3. This is what PR could be, not QR. And we want 16 over 3, not 3 over 16. And so it ended up being only one right answer to number 10. Number 11, make sure this one's tricky is because this is where I'm going to put my X because I can find that fastest. All right. And then this is actually what the question is asking for, the whole side HJ. All right. Now, again, you can set the proportion. I would do 2 over 2.5 and 1 over X. Mr. Schlosser would do that a little bit differently. He would do 2 over 3 and 2.5. I don't know if he would do 2 over 1 and 2.5 over X. It works just as well both ways. And I get 2x equals 2.5. And so x equals 1.25. And so HJ here, the whole thing is 2.5 plus 1.25. And so my final answer here is 3.75 for HJ. And then here, explain how to find. Well, we're just finding explanations to work for us. So this is just x here. All right. And so I would do x over 15 equals 12 over 10. I get 10x, and I cross multiply there, equals 12 times 15, 180. And then I divide by 10. I probably should write that workout. I don't think I've been doing that all along. Sorry, guys. X equals 18. So AD equals 18. I hope this helped you. I'll be able to check my email more, so please feel free to email me questions.